Biblical prophecies are messages from God. They are found in the Bible. These prophecies predict future events. They outline God's plan for humanity. Prophecies are important for many reasons. They offer hope and guidance. They also serve as warnings. People have studied these prophecies for centuries. They want to understand God's plan. They believe that these predictions can help them prepare for the future. The end times prophecies are particularly intriguing. They talk about the end of the world. They describe events that will lead to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Many of these prophecies come from the New Testament. Apostle Paul wrote several of them. His writings provide a roadmap for future events. Understanding these prophecies can help us navigate through uncertain times. Apostle Paul is a key figure in Christianity. He was an early Christian missionary. He wrote many letters to early Christian communities. These letters are now part of the New Testament. Paul's writings are full of prophecies. They describe events that will happen in the end times. Paul's prophecies are significant. They provide insight into God's plan. They also offer guidance for Christians. Paul wanted to prepare believers for the future. His letters are a source of hope and encouragement. Paul's prophecies are detailed and specific. They describe events like the rise of the Antichrist. They also talk about the rapture. These events are central to Christian eschatology. Understanding Paul's writings can help us understand the end times. Paul's role in prophecy is crucial. His writings are a cornerstone of Christian belief. They help us understand what to expect in the future. Studying Paul's prophecies can deepen our faith and prepare us for what lies ahead. Apostle Paul made many prophecies. Some of them are very well known. One key prophecy is about the rapture. This event will happen before the end times. Believers will be taken up into heaven. This will happen suddenly and without warning. Another important prophecy is about the rise of the Antichrist. Paul described this figure in detail. The Antichrist will deceive many people. He will oppose God and persecute believers. This event will be a sign that the end times are near. Paul also talked about a great apostasy. This is a falling away from the faith. Many people will abandon their beliefs. This will happen before the end times. It will be a sign that the end is approaching. Paul's prophecies are detailed and specific. They provide a roadmap for the future. They help believers understand what to expect. Studying these prophecies can help us prepare for the end times. Paul's prophecies are very significant. They provide a glimpse into the future. They help us understand God's plan. They also offer guidance and encouragement. Believers can find hope in these prophecies. They remind us that God is in control. Paul's prophecies are also warnings. They alert us to future dangers. They help us prepare for the end times. By understanding these prophecies, we can be ready for what lies ahead. We can strengthen our faith and stay vigilant. These prophecies also unite believers. They provide a common understanding of the future. They help us support each other. They remind us to stay true to our faith. Paul's prophecies are a source of strength and unity. Studying Paul's prophecies is important. It helps us stay focused on God's plan. It prepares us for the future. It strengthens our faith and encourages us. Understanding these prophecies can help us navigate through uncertain times. Section 5. Fulfilled prophecies, historical evidence. Some of Paul's prophecies have already been fulfilled. Historical evidence supports this. One example is the spread of the gospel. Paul predicted that the gospel would be preached to all nations. This has happened over the centuries. Christianity has spread around the world. Another fulfilled prophecy is the persecution of Christians. Paul warned that believers would face trials. This has happened throughout history. Many Christians have been persecuted for their faith. This continues to happen in some parts of the world today. Paul also talked about false teachers. He warned that they would arise and deceive many. This has also been fulfilled. Throughout history, there have been many false teachers. They have led people astray from the true faith. These fulfilled prophecies show the accuracy of Paul's writings. They remind us that God's plan is unfolding. They help us trust in the remaining prophecies. By studying these fulfilled prophecies, we can strengthen our faith and prepare for the future. Section 6. Prophecies yet to be fulfilled. Many of Paul's prophecies are still pending. They have not yet come to pass. One such prophecy is the rise of the Antichrist. This has not happened yet. The Antichrist will be a powerful figure. He will deceive many and oppose God. Another pending prophecy is the rapture. This event has not yet occurred. Believers are still waiting for this moment. The rapture will happen suddenly. It will be a sign that the end times are near. Paul also talked about a great apostasy. This has not yet fully happened. Some people have fallen away from the faith, but a larger falling away is still to come. This will be another sign that the end times are approaching. These pending prophecies are significant. They remind us to stay vigilant. They encourage us to strengthen our faith. By understanding these prophecies, we can be prepared for the future. We can stay focused on God's plan and be ready for what lies ahead. Section 7, the Mark of the Beast, Understanding the Symbolism. The Mark of the Beast is a key prophecy. Paul described this in detail. The mark will be a sign of allegiance to the Antichrist. It will be required for buying and selling. Those who refuse the mark will face persecution. The mark of the beast is symbolic. It represents loyalty to the Antichrist. It also represents rebellion against God. Accepting the mark means choosing the Antichrist over God. This will be a crucial decision in the end times. Understanding this prophecy is important. It helps us recognize the signs. It reminds us to stay true to our faith. We must be vigilant and discerning. We must choose God over worldly powers. The mark of the beast is a warning. It alerts us to future dangers. It prepares us for the end times. By understanding this prophecy, we can stay faithful. We can avoid the deception of the Antichrist and remain true to God. The rapture is a major prophecy. Paul described this event in detail. It will happen suddenly and without warning. Believers will be taken up into heaven. This will happen before the end times. The rapture is a source of hope. It reminds us that God will protect his people. It encourages us to stay faithful. It gives us hope for the future. Believers look forward to this event with anticipation. The rapture is also a warning. It reminds us to be prepared. We must stay vigilant and faithful. We must be ready for this event. Understanding the rapture helps us stay focused on God's plan. The rapture is an important prophecy. It offers hope and encouragement. It also serves as a warning. By understanding this prophecy, we can be prepared for the future. We can stay focused on God's plan and remain faithful. The Antichrist is a central figure in Paul's prophecies. He will rise to power in the end times. He will deceive many people. He will oppose God and persecute believers. Understanding the Antichrist is crucial. The Antichrist will be a powerful leader. He will have great influence. He will perform signs and wonders. Many people will be deceived by him. He will lead a rebellion against God. Paul's prophecies describe the Antichrist in detail. He will be a man of lawlessness. He will exalt himself above God. He will demand worship and allegiance. Those who refuse will face persecution. Understanding the Antichrist helps us prepare for the end times. It reminds us to stay vigilant. We must be discerning and faithful. We must avoid deception and remain true to God. By studying these prophecies, we can be ready for what lies ahead. Prophecies are very important today. They provide guidance and hope. They help us understand God's plan. They prepare us for the future. Understanding prophecies can strengthen our faith. Prophecies also offer warnings. They alert us to future dangers. They help us stay vigilant. By understanding these warnings, we can be prepared. We can avoid deception and stay true to our faith. Studying prophecies can unite believers. They provide a common understanding of the future. They help us support each other. They remind us to stay focused on God's plan. Prophecies are a source of strength and unity. Understanding prophecies is important. It helps us navigate through uncertain times. It strengthens our faith and encourages us. By studying these prophecies, we can be prepared for the future. We can stay focused on God's plan and remain faithful. In conclusion, biblical prophecies are crucial. They provide a glimpse into the future. They offer guidance and hope. They also serve as warnings. Understanding these prophecies is important for believers. Apostle Paul's writings are full of prophecies. They describe events that will happen in the end times. Some of these prophecies have been fulfilled, others are still pending. Studying these prophecies can help us prepare for the future. Paul's prophecies are detailed and specific. They provide a roadmap for the future. They help us understand God's plan. They remind us to stay vigilant and faithful. Understanding these prophecies can strengthen our faith and prepare us for what lies ahead. Embracing prophetic wisdom is important. It helps us navigate through uncertain times. It strengthens our faith and encourages us. By studying these prophecies, we can be prepared for the future. We can stay focused on God's plan and remain faithful.